This year it's time to quit the disgusting habit of smoking. It's all been said before, but this year no more joking. It's time to throw away the lighter, throw away the
ashtray.
throw away the half-filled packs, and it is time to find a way to make it through the day, a safe way to relax.
Safe way to relax without tobacco, vaping, tobacco products. My name's Kevin. I'll be with you for this short episodic on smoking cessation, on ways to kick the habit, man. Kick it. Boom. Wide right. And so we started 2 weeks ago, we started looking at the 5 tips or keys to end our smoking through some sort of either harm reduction or abstinence or medication, things in that nature. Last week, I apologize. We had some really bad connections with our service here, our internet. So we were unable to bring you any tips last week. So I hope everybody was great and was able to make it through the week, or practicing their tips and suggestions through their online suggestions through all the online places we told you to go to stop smoking. So, it's a great thing, and so we're going to get right back into it on the 5 keys for quitting. But also we want to invite you to our big day today, starting around 1 o'clock. Today is Black History Month, and we're having a celebration today with food, music, movies, speeches, everything about the key people that have to do with Black History Month. So if you've been on our Facebook page lately, you'll see that we've been honoring people through Black History Month. And yesterday we honored Maya Angelou, who was actually a good friend of mine in the past. She died in 2014, and so you'll find her and many others that we were able to acknowledge and honor on our Facebook page. And today we celebrate all African American who made a difference in our communities, in our lives, in our government, in our music and writings and literature. Today we honor them all with a celebration in their honor. So if you want to come down, we have noontime. We'll be at noon. We'll be able to have our noontime pathways meeting, and right after that we'll be starting to celebrate our Black History Month. So come on down. You're all invited, and thank you for being here today. We'd also like to thank a lot of people, and they come from our community, black, white, red, yellow, any color, because we dedicate each day to everyone. So if you want to follow us on Facebook, please do. Give us a like, subscribe to our Facebook page. Also our YouTube channel, you can go there and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel at Hope for Holyoke Recovery Center. We want to thank all our members of our community partnerships. We start each meeting off with this. It's important that we do, and then we'll get right to the subject at hand. But without being able to thank people for what they do for us, we'd be nothing. So thank you to our community partners, Gandara Network. We love For Love of Good, who helps the community with clothing and and food and sneakers. Big Y, who gives us all kinds of goods to be able to be shared with our community, and also with Kate's Kitchen, Suited Up Springfield with Ron, Dress to Success with Deb, and many, many others who come in with personal donations. So thank you very much for doing so. And also, we'd be nothing without our peer leaders and volunteers and members of our center, our staff, who is very important, and become leaders. They like mentors to a lot of people here, and but it's the peer-driven community that really is the greatest. And if you're looking where we are, we're at 100 Suffolk Street, bottom of this channel. We're here Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Saturdays from 8 to 4, and Sundays 8 to 3. So once again, welcome. Get some of the commercial products out of the way. But it's if you're looking to follow us on the Quit Assist, I put the link at the bottom of the channel, and that'll help you find that. We also are at the end of our month, but we will be putting together some things for the monthly calendar, and I'm going to throw that up into the upper corner, which I did. You'll see it right there, up in the corner. Yeah. You can click, put your phone on that QR code, and it'll bring you to the monthly calendar. So thank you again for listening to the opening monologue of today's tobacco cessation. My name's Kevin again, and I'm the tech, they call us here, a technical education coordinator. We're always looking for people to help us. So today we're going to look at unlocking a life without tobacco, and we got ready in Key 1. We were jamming 2 weeks ago. Just to go back, we talked about choosing a specific quit date. We prepared ourselves both physically and mentally. We thought about all the ways quitting would improve ourselves. We went to the columns where we looked at each column, benefits and not benefiting. We got rid of the temptations, not the ban, but the things that would get to us to cause us to relapse into tobacco. And we thought about what we learned from the past attempts to quit. And it was a great session, and I thank everyone who came aboard with the session. We also looking at, texting programs. We looked at smartphone apps, online help, addiction quizzes. They're all on www.quitassist.com. It's right there. Right there. So you can read stories of people who have attempted quitting, and how financially quitting helped them. So we're going to move to Key 2 today, and that is on getting support and encouragement. And what recovery centers like to do, and what we love to do, is support. I struggle with alcohol, drugs, sometimes food. I smoked a lot before I came into recovery. So I need a support system that is almost like a pie chart. This is what I struggle the most at. This is what I don't. This is where I am now. And we want that to really move, because the longer we're here, we're hoping that we're not controlled by a substance or a liquid or a dry good anymore. What now we're putting in there is life and family and friends and vacations and a car. Material things are good, but we get this back. We get our health, we get our self-worth. That all comes back. And we get a much greater boss. I have a new employer. When I made the decision to get support and encouragement, I asked my God, my creator, to help me. I turned my will over to him. I said, I can't do this by myself. And then I was looking for support for alcoholism and drug addiction. So I looked forth to the groups in the area that could do that. So if you think you're alone in your efforts to quit, it I would go with, yeah, your odds are better if you get support than from others than just trying to do it on your own. Not saying you can't do that. Not a doctor, you know. MD on the back of my name was massive drunk, so I can't tell you how to do things from this microphone, but I can point you in the right directions for support and encouragement. So it's better that maybe we look at the help of others also, those who have done it before, those who have been around, who have taken the time to find that support. So what we try to do is, there's some checks or check marks that I look at when I'm thinking about, encouragement and helping. And that's to talk to friends, family, coworkers about why you want to quit and how important it is to you. Sit down with your family at the dinner table and go, after this is over, after we eat and clean up, can we sit down and talk? Grab that guy at work who you knew just quit smoking, and he looks better, his skin, he doesn't smell. Hey, man, come here and sit down for a minute, would you please? I want to talk to you about how you did it and the family, how you can support me through this. Because there are going to be things that are taking place when you quit smoking with your personality and irritability and so coworkers are great too, because you can ask them how, does anyone have quit in the past? Anyone trying to quit? Maybe we go to some meetings together, and so how it is important to you. Or I'm just going to quit smoking because it costs too much money, and it really don't matter. It really don't. But really it does. I want to be a grandfather. I want to be around for that. So I quit tobacco, and I quit the substances and the alcohol. All at once. It was kind of like, this is what I'm doing. This is where I'm going. Sometimes we have to be a little selfless or selfish by asking people to help keep tobacco away from me. So if you go into a house and first thing you smell is cigarettes, that can be a trigger. That can be a great trigger. And if the guy across from you is, maybe it's better that we don't do the things that we're supposed to do. We don't sit there. We don't take it. We may have to excuse ourselves. One of the greatest things I see, and I never understood, is you go to AA or NA meetings and there's like 20 people outside in below freezing weather, and they're smoking. And I never understood that, because when I asked God to remove the alcohol obsession, I asked him to remove other things also. But that's just me. Maybe it doesn't work for everyone. But if you're around it, if you sit on the tracks long enough, you'll get hit by the train. You can get expert help. Ask a doctor, psychologist, health professional, caregiver, primary care for advice, or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. for free telephone counseling and quitting information. That phone that phone weighs 900 pounds at times. And when you're looking at that phone, you might as well just start pounding yourself in the face, because every time you go back, or every time you buy another pack, and every time you go vape, it's a matter of time. We spoke like 3 sessions ago about a young 22-year-old who had a double lung transplant because of the addictive chemicals in a vape. And when he was vaping, his lungs gave out. He started at 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So by the time he was only 4 years into it, he's going to be on a list for a double lung. That's amazing. Those chemicals that are inside. Don't trust me. Look them up. Do some research to benefit yourself. There's a lot of things that we need to do on our own that others can't hold our hands for. And one of them is our lives. They're ours. They're personal. They're our lives. And it's a crazy thing when you talk about putting something in your body knowing it's going to kill you and doing it anyways. That's insane. On the bottom of the screen, there's some other areas that MassGov through the state of Massachusetts have available for people who would like to quit smoking. Free MAT, which is Medicaid-assisted tobacco patches, gums. They'll give them to you for X amount of time. You just have to make the phone call. So online, you can learn through different online sources on how to build a quit support network, an online group network, join in the community of quitters online, utilize your network, your personal network, get phone numbers to prevent a relapse. The last thing we want to do is get so far in front of this and then bang. So join a smoke-free community on your favorite social media platform. You can do that. You can call, like I said, 1-800-QUIT-NOW. You can set up chat lines and online areas where you can get free counseling for this and a lot more. So if we overview our last 2 sessions just once again, key 1 was getting ready, working out, getting ourselves in shape, and making a plan and preparing it. So just to go over quickly some of the bullet points, that's the first key to quitting tobacco successfully. And let me tell you, you can do it. I did it. You can do it. There's thousands of people quitting tobacco right at this moment. So let's choose a specific quit date. Right now, let's look at that. Step 2, think about all the ways quitting will improve your life and health. Please, this is a deep one. This is one that is not all about you. Wow. It's not all about me and me. No. It's about those little kids that want to sit on grandpa's lap. It's about a wife who doesn't want to go to bed with a husband that stinks. You want to be able to breathe. You want to improve all your mental aspects and your job, and you want to financially be able to do things with your family. Add it up. Just take a pen out, calculator, whatever, and add up the amount of money you're spending on a temporary fix for something that's going to kill you in the long run. And then we looked at how do we get rid of those temptations, what we do to stay away from certain places, people, or things. We're not doing it because we don't like them or like what we were doing. It's because we want to not be triggered into a relapse. Think about what you learned from past attempts. Everybody on New Year's makes a New Year's resolution, and a lot of them are, I want to quit smoking. And 10 minutes later, they're outside the place that they're at, lighting up a cigarette. So we learn things like that. We follow different ways of keeping out of those those dark alleys. Maybe we only take a couple of cigarettes to work that day, and when we're done because, you know, people and try, please. The hardest one was, hey, you got one? Can I get one off of you? Can I get one off of you? Can I get one off of you? Because you tried to keep them home. We need to really look at ourselves and get that inner strength that comes from that God of your understanding. And if you're not religious, then find something that's not you, because you're making the decisions to smoke. So you'll answer all your questions the way you want to for that particular moment. From smoking 4 or 5 packs a day down to none, wasn't easy for me. I literally had to, change everything around me. But you know what? My tobacco use in my young life and didn't affect me. My lungs got better. I could breathe better, but it really messed up my heart, and it really messed up. So I'm having heart surgeries. My lungs are coming back to life, but other organs are failing. And I chewed tobacco, so I'm now getting polyps and cancer in my mouth. And man, I didn't sign up for that just to look cool on a baseball field, spitting. So, it's a very addictive item, and we're trying to do our best to pass the information. So text messaging programs, as we just mentioned, are very important. They learn quitting skills. There are methods and challenges. You build confidence in the skills and avoid the tobacco. That's all on Quit Assist. As we walk into, next week in Key 3, we're going to learn new skills and behaviors. So let's just look at what we'll talk about. Plan ways to distract ourselves from urges. Have other things nearby to hold in our hands. And that's really cool, because I've heard a lot of people give me good advice. Mine was a celery stick. And I'd eat the celery stick as I used it as an implement on being in my hand. Look for fun activities that don't include smoking. Most places today won't allow you to smoke indoors anyways. But outside, be careful. Be careful. And be prepared to manage those withdrawal syndromes. And that's why you can get medication and use it correctly. And that's in Key 4, which we'll touch base on, where you can get all that stuff, but you don't have to wait. Call 1-800-QUIT now. Ask the operator about all kinds of the medications that are available, and make an attempt. Give yourself a chance on living, not dying. So, from all of us here at Hope for Holyoke, my name's Kevin. I'm glad to have been here with you for the half hour. Once again, a few announcements that today is Black History Month. There will be a celebration, food, fellowship, a whole bunch of great stuff happening here today. And we want you to be here. So if you're new to us, come on down, check out the building, take a tour. We'll be moving soon to a brand new location in the future. So you'll see some boxes and stuff around, but that's okay. You'll get the essence of who we are, and maybe even fill out an application and become a member here at Hope for Holyoke. We want you to be a part of our community, and we want you to, if you have any battles you're fighting or concerns, we have groups all day, every day. so you can become part of the solution and get rid of the problem. So from me to you, hope you come down. If you want information, 413-561-1020. And we're at 100 Suffolk Street in Holyoke, Mass. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Saturday, 8 to 4. And Sundays, 8 to 3. You can find our calendar right on our Facebook page, and a lot of information, a lot of speakers, a lot of advice. And we do that because we really, really, really want to help you relieve yourself of the bondage of whatever you're having problems with. Today is smoking, and so we hope that you continue on your path and fight those urges for tobacco and vaping use. So once again,